Hello everybody, welcome back for some StarCraft 2 action. We are here with souL going up against Spirit on Alcyone for the Katowice 2024 edition. IEM, of course, Group A. And we saw Spirit go up against Scarlet, and he looked very strong in his secondary game versus Scarlet on Solaris. But Scarlet did manage to edge him out. But he seemed strong in ZVT, and he has a very particular style himself, and he goes for the CC first. That is what he has been showing. He showed it versus Scarlet every game. So let's see if souL tries to do a cheeky one. But so far, nothing too cheeky. Does go for the 15-15 here. So 15 hatch, 15 pool, I think. Or it was 16 hatch, 15 pool. It's a relatively early pool, I would say. Normally you drone up to 18, get a gas, and then you get a pool. So these lings are going to be out a little bit faster than Spirit might like. Going for the double gas behind the barracks after CC first. And souL not taking the gas at all here, actually. Just droning up. And mind you, this is blind, right? souL doesn't know anything that's on the map. He's just playing the player right now. He knows what Spirit showed versus Scarlet. He knows his image. The image that he reflects in ZVT. And, I mean, everybody just kind of assumes that this guy's got a macro. And apparently, souL was confident taking the risk of he's probably going to CC first. So I'm going to go super economical here. Doesn't have a gas just yet. Might actually take a third base real quick here. And then go for double gas roaches. Factory coming up here for Spirit. And pulls out of gas after that. Just wants the gas for the factory. We've seen that time and time again. Where is this Reaper? Just finishing up, huh? Do we have any lings at all? 2 lings are out and about for souL here. Tried to wiggle their way around, but this Overlord did show that, nope, the Reaper's not going across the map. And now souL, such a comfortable position. Gets a creep out, gets a third base. Queen in the main as well soon. Now has 1 gas. So probably going to be starting up speed. And just playing with a very delayed speed into a Ling style. Can be Ling Bane, that can be Ling Bane Hydra, can be Ling Hydra Infestor apparently. As Scarlet showed us. It could also just be Ling Roach Ravager into quick ultras or whatever you are feeling like on this particular map, souL. Dude, he's just cranking out these drones. 2 lings, 2 of them. Just starting speed at 330. Usually it finishes in like 10 seconds from now. So this is very nicely done by souL. Very nice adaptation to his opponent. Spirit not seeing any drones at the third base yet. I think he could see that. Goes to check the 4th. Just be like, huh, is this the third base or am I looking at a 4th? Yes, you are looking at a 4th. And look at that. The drones explode onto this third base, almost fully saturated. We see a Banshee coming out with Cloak. Third base for Spirit, almost done. And Tech Lab onto the barracks here. So probably going for some stim here. Going to be playing Bio. Hellion Reaper are now on the map, but souL has a pretty strong presence of Queens here in the front. And with Queens over here and Queens over here, he's covering all of his angles right now. Can just throw down creep tumors and even take a super fast 4th base if he wants to. And he will mine out all of those minerals in the back to connect to his 4th base properly. souL, take the 4th base. 440. One Banshee is out. Secondary Banshee coming out as well. We see Cloak about to complete. So 2 cloaked Banshees will come out and try and do a little bit of drone damage, but souL just exploding in the droney boys. We see no Evo chambers whatsoever, just going straight into lair here, taking some extra gases. Now we see the Evo chambers going down, and I don't see a Baneling nest whatsoever. More gases going down. 5 gases. Spore crawlers coming up as well. Where are those Banshees? Banshees are chilling in the main. Spirit is just kind of positioning his units in a way that if there were to be Unitas, it wouldn't do anything. Spirit just kind of like poking around, trying to get a couple creep tumors at the front, but that's about it. And souL even setting up for a quick 5th base here, and then you can take a 6th base as well. You can kind of ignore the top base, or top side of the map, and just take the bottom side. These 6 Hellions aren't doing that much. We do see 1-1 starting up for Spirit here, kind of in tandem with Solar. But I kind of expect Solar to just explode onto 80 drones. As soon as he feels safe here, the Banshees are here, they are cloaked. Spore is about to finish. They do get 1 drone kill here. And, oh, try to do a sneaky turnaround here. Oh, the Spore unburrows, so the Banshees can go in, get another drone kill. But now they do have the true vision that they do need. Overseer is here as well. 1 Banshee out of energy. 5 health remaining. Does stay alive. 4th CC already underway for Spirit. Making more barracks. Look at this Spirit. Cool, calm, collected. Just playing his game. Doing a little bit of harassment and actually taking down a couple of the creep tumors at the front while that was going on. So, pretty decent result so far for Spirit, and Solar making a bunch of Banelings here. He's like, I want to be ready for any type of attack that comes my way. The 4th base is floating over, though. And Spirit is going for an attack here. 1-1, almost about to finish. It's like, what, 10, 15 more seconds? And he does have the Solnaga Tower, so he can do that. Secondary factory coming up for Spirit as well. He's just so comfortable progressing into a late game versus Solar here. It's almost scary. Like, who is comfortable going a late game versus Solar? It's not a lot of people on the planet, I can tell you that. Decent trades there with the Hellions, the Marines, and the Siege Tanks, but that is a lot of Lingbane here for Solar going into the Hydralisks as well. Hydra range is coming out, and Hydras themselves halfway done on the range there, and Bane speed just finished. So those Banelings a little faster now on and off creep, just rolling around. 4th base for Spirit, though, completing. I'm actually a little surprised that this is a PF. This is so far back and decently defendable for him that maybe this could be a 4th orbital. Just put a PF next to it, put 2 PFs over there. But he's playing it safe and inching his way forward here. These 2 siege tanks really far back, but using his marine count to effectively deal with all of the creep, and he can slowly but surely inch forward. Double drop here coming in from the top. Big Ling Bane Force ready to pounce onto the 4th base of Solar, and the Ling Hydra Queen Force ready to defend the 5th base here. Targeting down those medevacs right away on those Queens and Hydras. Medevacs do get bruised a little bit, but don't get killed. Spirit spending a lot of scans here from his 3 orbitals to take down a lot of creep. Oh my god, big Ling Bane run by onto the PF. I guess that's why it's a planetary, but you can't pick it up right now. So the PF does get 20 kills there. But the 4th base of Spirit has been dealt with. 177 supply, good army supply, and like, this is pretty bad. But it's hard to kill him right now. So what is Solar going to do to try and capitalize on this position? He has definitely weakened Spirit by taking down this base. These 2 Lings are going to deny it a little further. I think that is nice. Taking down another SCV and taking down this building SCV as well. Some biostims in to deal with that. 3 SCVs will give their lives. Oh, no. 3rd SCV will not give his life. Will be protected. The Zerglings aggroed. Oh. Solar builds a base, and Spirit doesn't click it down. That was... wow. Spirit just moved back and wasn't looking at this location anymore. That was like... Matrix movement by Solar. The moment Spirit isn't focusing on this area anymore, boom, hatchery's down. That is... some Jedi mind tricks right there. You are not looking at the gold base anymore. Engineering bay for a wall here gets taken down, and oh my god, Spirit tried to shore up this defensive shortcoming of himself, but Solar did manage to eventually take advantage of it anyways. Another double drop running into the 5th base here, pulling all of the army forces here, and he's just clicking it down, clicks it down, kills that base, and Solar rebuilds it instantaneously, has that gold base now almost. Surprised he doesn't have that bottom base, but he does have the rich geyser base in the top left. And this is Spirit in a nutshell. Just give your opponent the map, take your portion of the map, make a lot of command centers, make ghosts, and be an annoying asshole. This is some mental warfare coming out of Spirit here. He is maxed, and he's just going to build the most efficient army on the map and slowly but surely inch you out of it. Solar taking over the map, taking down these rocks as well, so that he can move back and forth between this position even more. Should probably take this one down as well. The 4th base has been reestablished for Spirit. More orbitals or potential PFs are ready to land. We even have a PF here at the center position of Spirit with a siege tank, bunch of turrets, and even a sensor tower. Dude, look at this defensive setup. This is Spirit in a nutshell. 3 defensive missile turrets as well, becoming a wall. And that's just minerals being spent to take down a couple of banelings. Make it hard for the Zerg army to get up this ramp, because they will get stopped by all of those turrets. They're not the highest HP buildings, and banelings, of course, doing bonus damage to buildings. Make that pretty difficult. Another engineering bay here. Wow, Spirit using those to block very effectively. And the Spirit also taking that gold base. More CCs underway. Siege tanks planted very defensively. And how is Solar going to deal with this? We saw Scarlet deal with this pretty effectively by just butting her head into this 3rd base, a natural location with her Ling Hydra Infester. And Solar going to throw in a lot of Ling Bane into the 3rd base area. Takes down a lot of depots and the bunkers. Baneling's going down to Solar's or Spirit's units as well, and gets a decent trade there on the bio, but now has to retreat back. Lost most of his Ling Bane in that attack, and we saw some of the infrastructure, well, most of the Sim City go down, but these tanks, this PF, really making sure that, I mean, you just can't crack Spirit here. We see 9 lurkers underway, so this is Solar's answer. My answer is take the whole map, because it's mine, and then use lurkers. Ooh, I like that Spirit stopped building this. Maybe the SCV got picked off, but you can cancel it now just before it dies. Oh, this SCV needs to go all the way around to deliver all of his minerals. Sea Knight is going up into the main base. The siege tank and a ghost are ready to receive it though, but lurkers can come out, and the lurkers will come out, instantaneously burrow as secondary Nidus does come down. Why not 3 Niduses? The Nidai. You can make multiple Nidai, and it's strong. Ling Bane goes into the 5th base as well here. Bane's trying to hit those ghosts. Can't quite get to them, but they get to the siege tanks, and they all get taken down. Whilst the lurkers in the main base are taking down a lot of the infrastructure of Spirit here. 15 SCVs go down, although he has a lot of orbitals, so he probably doesn't mind that too much, but he does mind it when all of his production gets shut down. 1 Stargate already falls, or Starport. Double drop still being annoying here at the top base, taking down that rich geyser base at some point. I don't know when that happened, but it did happen. And these are probably the culprits. Spirit still holding strong here at his gold base, 5th base. 2 Nidai in the main base with this 1 random lurker. We need a little scan here. Boss? Mr. Boss Man? Could you, oh, boom. Siege tank gets his first kill of the game. See +1 for the siege tanks as well. Nidus on top of a potential expansion for Spirit here. Just spread the creep. I like this. It's not that expensive at this moment of the game. Would love to see Solar take the forward bases as well, so that if this game goes even longer, that he mined out those bases partially. And every mineral that he gains, Spirit loses. So it's like a double win. You gain 400 minerals, he loses. it's a difference of 800 minerals. And if you look at the, what is it, the resources lost, it's usually like what, 10k max, the difference? So if you manage to mine like 2,000 resources from one of those bases, which is like a patch is how much? 1,800? Or 900? It's pretty doable, right? If you somehow manage to mine out a full base, it's basically game winning, because then you're up effectively 2 bases. You stole one of him. Or his. And that's why these middle bases are so important. Because now, SolaR is kind of being a gentleman. He's just splitting the map down the middle, taking all of his bases, but not any of the spirit bases if you draw a diagonal line. SolaR going in once again, trying to just put on the hurt here. He's playing very inefficient, but he's getting really good connections onto Spirit's army, I feel like. And Spirit is still just sitting on 5 bases here. Wow, another Lurker Nidus goes down. And these Lurkers are received by the bio and will go down. But if... Oh, damn, if Spirit is a little slow on that, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Lurkers staring down this super tiny ramp. You can never move up that ramp ever again as a Terran without picking up half your army into a medevac. Nidus Worm going down in the back again. I love this. I wish there were multiple Midas networks. I just think that would be so good. Being able to throw down like 1, 2, 3 Niduses, he needs to suddenly pull back a lot of his army. And if you look at SolaR's money, he's slowly getting super rich. So I guess he's not that rich yet, but if you build like a 2k extra bank on top of what you have already, taking a forward base now at 17 minutes, finally SolaR playing for the super late game and the eventual end game that might follow. More Banelings and Lings streaming on in. Oh my god, big blinding cloud there, making the Marines move command instead of a move there. And the 5th base, gold base, does go down. Siege tank line does go very deep though. Very, very deep. And the gold base is easily replaced here by Spirit. Even gets to clean up a little bit of creep. And might even be able to threaten this outbase from SolaR. Would surprise me, but look at Spirit still making sure that SolaR has to also focus on his side of the map. If Spirit just sits here and does nothing, SolaR could just send each wave in one by one as efficiently as he pleases. Wow, these Lurkers actually picking away at the building slowly but surely. I like that. But now Spirit is like pulling away the attention of SolaR and also pulling away part of his army as well. Another Nidus in the back, dude. How many Nidi have we seen die? 9 Niduses have died already. Also a big push in the front again from SolaR. Lots of Lingbane coming in, move commanding to try and get on top of this base. No Infestors here to slow them down, but we do see another orbital go down, and another one gets picked up and dropped at the gold base. Spirit doesn't seem phased by this, but his bank is a little phased. His credit card is about to be declined, trying to make more ghosts, liberators, and tanks. And quickly does need to reestablish that gold base. Engineering bay doesn't actually do its job anymore. It needs to, you know... Oh, it gets cancelled, actually. It's like, it doesn't help anymore. I need more money anyways. 4 liberators are underway. And we do see the advanced ballistics, so Liberator range is online. Only 1 sensor tower remaining as well. Command centers need to be re-added on for Spirit here, but he is maxed out. So he's a pretty gosh darn big army. More Lingbane Hydra Viper running on in here. 1 blinding cloud does go down. And the tank does go down. A lot of SCVs are going down by this run by from the Zerg here. And Spirit is actually moving out. Now that he feels like I have a strong army and I kind of need to get this bottom base. I need to gain control over this space. So you can't keep rushing into my gold base position, because it's getting harder and harder to defend that position for Spirit, especially now that this is not a PF anymore. Does land the bottom base, puts down a couple freedom fields. Solar's creep threat is literally almost at the natural. Ooh, these lurkers get burrowed in again. A big Ling run by at the third base as well. See that there's just no SCVs there at all. Crackling's doing what they can do. They have +3 and the adrenal glands attack speed upgrade for the Zergling. Lurker doing some damage to these planetary fortress, but Scan will quickly clean them up here. But big incursion here from Solar into the newly gained territory for Spirit. And Solar never claimed that base for himself, so these are very, very fresh patches. And it's worth it for Spirit to aggressively defend. Look at these Lings, really want to get to that. This one especially wants to get to that SCV that has been stuck there for quite a bit. And Spirit actually moving forward, denying one of the middle bases from Solar. And slowly but surely, this is tipping in Spirit's favor, I feel like. Look at Spirit, he's just taken a big portion of the map right now. And even denying a Solar base, and Solar at the top hasn't managed to mine out this base and hasn't even started mining the other one. So if Spirit can hold on here and stay in the face of Spirit, Spirit can stay in the face of Solar. But Solar doing some nice counterattacks here. We do see some Marines get onto this outer base of Solar once again and just click it down as well. 8 drones gave their lives for that. And I don't know what Solar's trying to do here. Takes down a bunch of infrastructure once again from Spirit that is not free. But these Marines getting pretty good trades here. The Lynx trickling in one by one. Will now get traded off for a Baneling or two. But Spirit pushing onto the gold as well. The gold hasn't been mined out either. This bottom base trying to reestablish it. Solar is, but you just kind of can't. You've given up that position a little bit too much. There's almost no creep remaining. And look at this. Just so many Liberators, Ghosts, and Siege Tanks. This gold base hard to take. This bottom base hard to take. Drones are dying. And this top base keeps getting punished by a very low amount of Marines. Solar pulling the trigger with a lot of Hydras here. Pulling in the Liberators with the Vipers and the Banelings running on in. Trying to catch the bio. The Ghosts can't stand their ground until the Banelings are dealt with. And this is not a lot of Banelings. You need like 10 plus Banelings, according to StarCraft. How many Hydras are on the map? 21, and the bottom base again getting destroyed by Spirit. What does the income say? Solar still has a pretty good mineral income, according to the graph, but Spirit is heavily outmining him on the gas here. Look at that. A lot of empty geysers here for Solar. Doesn't have this top one. Doesn't have this one either. Does reestablish the top base. Drones are ready to mine there. Can Solar keep that base? Spirit, how many orbitals does he have? He has 2 CCs, 7 orbitals, and a couple PFs as well. Ooh, look at these SCVs. He is telegraphing that he really wants to take that top base now. After taking this bottom one, not interested in taking that one, which I guess that is okay. It's kind of hard for Solar to take this base because you're not interested in defending the gold base anymore. Lots of creep getting cancelled here by Solar, and actually this is a pretty good staging point from Spirit to slowly but surely take out this position. Solar has a hatchery there that he can cancel. Doesn't cancel. A little bit of creep will deny this base for a couple more seconds. And that's a lot of lurkers. 9 lurkers already, but we have Liberators. No Liberator upgrades though, but we also haven't seen any Corruptors to deal with that. And that's a lot of Ghosts. 7 Ghosts. Okay, it's not that many. That's just all the Ghosts that are on the map for Spirit. Get a snipe on one of the lurkers. Ooh, Liberator reveals itself a little bit too much. Will get taken down by this Spore Crawler. And Spirit actually gets this top base that has been denied from him by Solar for so long. See a little bit of a kerfuffle there as well. A little bit of a skirmish. Long distance mining coming out here for Solar. And he is he broke? He has 1 base mining. A lot of drones going on strike over there. And Solar makes another incursion into Spirit's base here. And look at that, the gold base. It's just not very interesting for the Terran player to defend. But if this position is given up, suddenly souL can get into the bottom base a lot quicker. But all of these bottom bases are just mined out except for this one. Same for souL. Ooh, a double drop. Again, just the bane of souL's existence to deal with all of these annoying double drops. He does have this top base, though. These drones really need to find their way there. Oh, there they go. Finally. They start mining this top base. souL needs that income. Parasitic Bomb goes down onto this medevac. First one does die. Second one can only pick up 4 of the Marauders. This Marauder does give up his life. Spirit, now look at this army supply. It's so high. And he can mine a lot of minerals. Wow, some of this SCV's also not doing anything. Dude, what a hectic game for both sides. souL Night-Eye worming into this new base of Spirit, going to spit out a bunch of lurkers, but he's also putting the attention on the top side of the map, which could be counterproductive if this base gets shut down by Spirit. After this lurker burrow, he burrows them, does get scanned right away, snipes go down. Oh, big chokes here, so big lurker spines do find the damage, but souL is broke as a joke, super broke. McDonald's only part-time right here. And the drones go down. 30 drones die in this, well, last couple seconds. The bottom base also went down. That Liberator, I think, souL, 25 workers on the map. I don't even know where they are. Where are they? Hello? I guess he still has a couple minerals left on his 4th and his 5th. Didn't leave any minerals at his 3rd or 2nd base, or he did, but has already depleted it. Now souL can only take this bottom base. Look at this. This top base, he has it, but for how long? I feel like Spirit's just... Like, Spirit can even take that base now. Dude, this base did get taken down by souL, but Spirit can take it, and he can take this one as well. And Spirit getting his half of the map feels kind of... like that shouldn't have happened. I feel like if souL took those bases a little earlier, mined them out halfway even, then this... He would have more money, and Spirit would get less money from them now. But souL's feeling the pressure so much. This is his last strong standing army. We see 2 Blinding Clouds do go down onto the army and the siege tanks. They do stop, and holy moly. And holy moly indeed. Spirit takes the first game off of souL on Alcyone with that CC first greedy play, and I felt like souL showing us a pretty cool adaptation by delaying his speed, getting his 3rd base up really quickly, and trying to grind down Spirit. But Spirit going for that CC first again, 17 supply. Goes for another, I feel like another one of those grind games. And I mean, make sure that you have some snacks, a nice beverage, and that you are subscribed to the channel. Because we are in for a long series. If Spirit takes the first game, souL has to grind through at least one of these games. And if he wins one, he needs to win the 3rd one as well. And I mean, Spirit could just elect to go like double proxy racks in your natural at the 3rd game, or in the 3rd game. Like, I don't know if he would, but that is some big ball play. Let's look at souL going for that relatively early pool once again. Sends out the drone to the natural, and he's already mining out his 3rd base. I was interested to see, will he mine out this base? But no, he's going for his back base first. We've seen some players mine out this patch, and then you can spread the creep. I think you can always do it from here to here, but I'm not sure. Most players mine this one out and then spread the creep right into the center of the map. That's kind of cool. I think this is considered quite the Zerg map, as it's just really hard to do anything to the Zerg. But as the Zerg, it's also a little hard to do anything to your opponent. Like, if they just have their army here, what do? They might have a base there, and you can't attack any of them. Spirit going for a fast 3rd base once again. None of us are surprised. I think this is even faster than last game now in it. going for a factory now. Already had the gas for that. Not making a Reaper this time around. So making some adaptations here on the fly is Spirit. Makes a reactor now for the barracks. This is going to be such a fast third base. Build a fourth base. Do it. Just do it. It's not even good. Just do it. Fourth orbital. You know you want it. You want it. Solar has his base. Third base established now. Almost completed. And now mining gas to get speed again around the 330 mark. So Solar doing the same thing as he did last game, but might switch it up a little bit strategically. And we get a fourth base out of Spirit at 320, dude. Spirit is so greedy. He's going for the late game here. And we are here to see it. Perhaps even secretly enjoy it. Enjoy someone else's suffering, basically. Do see third orbital underway, 4cc underway, second gas just being taken here. See a tech lab on the racks, probably going to be seeing the stim here. Yep, stim is coming down. See some Hellions coming out of Spirit as well. This Overlord has seen some things, but what does Solar really know? He just knows that there's a front, he knows that there was no Reaper, he knows that the Hellions are out, and he's about to scout if there's a third base in the back. Solar hasn't taken his fourth base yet, but last game he did it in about 20 seconds. Let's see if he does it again. He has 3 bases already saturated, Lairs down, and hasn't quite spotted the third base yet, but probably will soon. More gas is being added on here for Spirit. Fourth orbital already about to complete. More racks is being added on. Starport as well. I kind of feel like it's time for a 5th CC. What do you guys think? I think a 5th CC would look really good here. What is Solar gonna do here? He's just kind of just getting an economy and not really investing in any units. Has 6 lings right now. We see a Baneling Nest coming out. 4th base underway. 10 more drones. Double Evo chamber. Not even triple. Double engineering bay at the front for Spirit. Third base is up, and Solar is in the know, but he's not in the know about that extra CC. Do see a starport with his own reactor even. Wow, this starport makes his own reactor. Don't see that every day. 3 racks, just making Marines, getting stim, getting 1-1. And at some point, he's going to get a 4th base, even floating over the orbital already. Getting a 4th base. Solar's 4th base isn't even done. They're going to have a 4th base at the same time, the both of them. What a game, dude. What? Spirit. What is he doing? And Solar, why are you allowing this now? We see a Spire. Hell yeah. Lingbane Muta? Or at least some Mutas. Or Broodlord Rush, I guess. I mean, having some Broodlords here would be very annoying. Or even over here. Super annoying. But I'm thinking Mutas here, right? Like, look at the gases. He's taking more gas. 4 gas. 4 base. 8 gas Mutalisk. That's a lot of Mutas. And you do have quite some surface area that you have to deal with. Not too much. Like 3 turrets here, 3 turrets here, 3 turrets here. And then just some units in between should be good enough. But still, it's a pretty big investment into this turret. Bunker at the front as well. Getting an armory here. Getting ready to start 2-2 for Spirit. And he's actually moving out onto the map a little bit. We see a couple lings and some banelings coming up for Solar here. Not taking a 5th base just yet. No macro hatches or anything. And look at this gas bank ready to make mutas. 5 mutas underway. And this is the moment Spirit attacks. That is annoying. 7 mutas coming out though. Solar is not flinching at all. Making drones as well. It's like, no. You are not the guy that actually attacks me. Does he know? He knows about the 4th base. Okay. So he knows that this is literally everything that Spirit has, so 1 round of units can deal with this. 1-1 about to finish. 1-1's already done for Spirit. Kills 1 queen. And the Lingbane does arrive. The Mutas get spotted here by Spirit. Makes a turret in the natural. Has a turret in the 3rd. No turret at the 4th. but the Mutas are trying to get to this 4th base, and this is a brilliant moment to just sneak one of those corner bases. You have full map control with the Mutas, and if you can start mining one of those corner bases right now, my god, are you going to win the super late game? It's called the super late game, guys. 5th base going down for souL. I would love to him to just take all the corner bases. Like, you've got to be feeling pretty rich. Starting 2-2, getting another hatchery, I like that a lot. Getting the infestation pit, you can go hive. I mean, I don't know if I would want a secondary spire, because I'm not a fan of, like, mass mutas. And wow, actually a Thor here from Spirit. Secondary Thor underway. Thor's here! I love Thors. Not when they're shooting my mutas, but I think they're pretty cool units. I made a tweet at some point that the Rook from Demigod, which is a very old MOBA-like title, that if you know it, I mean, you're probably a little old, but that's a cool title. You can look up some YouTube videos on that called Demigod, and it's a video game from like the 2000 somethings. And there is a character there. It's called the Rook. It's on the front cover of the box art of the game when we still used to like buy physical games. Remember that? And that one has a giant hammer, and he slams it like onto the ground, and it's super clunky, but it looks hella cool. And I made my tweet. I was like, why don't the Thors have a hammer melee attack? It could even be an upgrade. Just give them a massive hammer to do like a swipe attack, you know? Have some cleave damage on the Thor. Like, these double cannons are pretty cool. But only for far away. I think if it's up close, just like grab a hammer from the back and just fucking knock it out of the park, you know? Like, the Thor is such a cool unit. Just Blizzard, please. I mean, at this point, they're never going to do that, but it would have been so cool. I think that's a big thing in our video games, right? It has to look cool. And, I mean, StarCraft 2 scratches that itch for me, at least. With the, like, sci-fi, fantasy itch that it just scratches. It looks so cool. The whole fantasy is just very well created. Now we see Ultralisk Cavern coming out. Adrenal Glands. +2 for air. We don't see 3-3 coming yet, but sooner rather than later. souL trying to find a hole here with his Mutalisk. Don't think dirty thoughts, you guys. And look at this. It's so hard for souL to find any way to approach this. By ground, this is the only path. Well, it's a bunch of siege tanks and ghosts. Not doing that. Even Libs being added on. Back hasn't been taken down yet. Now, souL, look at that. Taken one of the center bases, one of the bases that will get contested. Basically, these two center bases, it's kind of up in the air whose bases those really are. And if you take both of them, that means you are up a base and he's down a base. That is the difference of two bases. That's math. Got him. Now, all the +3 attack upgrades, or +3 upgrades from souL coming out. Muta's getting some work done here. More turrets being added on. Do we have... No, we don't have building armor. Dude, Spirit really dropping the ball here. Needs a third engineering bay. Probably build one somewhere just to be a wall. So, you know, building armor, high-sec auto-tracking, get that turret range. souL, yes! Takes the gold base that is usually from the Terran. Very good. You can mine this out pretty effectively. If there are tanks here, one Viper will solve that pretty handily. And before he can actually just get a tank there, you can already mine a couple hundred minerals. A gold base is worth it really fast, especially because he's pretty rich right now. If you can just like mine out one patch, it's already pretty good, right? 1800 minerals, boom. 3600 mineral advantage. Oh, Mutalisk trying to get on top of the Liberators. Liberators do have splash damage, and they're kind of like Valkyries. Pretty good at dealing with Mutaclumps. Look at Spirit, dude. How many CCs are there? There are 2 naked ones, 8 orbitals, 4 naked ones, and a PF with 2 more underway. This guy has way too many command centers. And Spirit is here to do mental damage. I mean, Spirit's name switch kind of says it all. He is the soul killer, and he is trying to kill Solar's spirit in this long-ass game on the Radhuset Station. He just wants to wear him down with ghosts, siege tanks, and command centers. And he's literally building the biggest wall I've ever seen. Oh my lord. That is Spirit's nickname from now on, the Soul Killer, because it fits so well. And one Liberator comes out, you can just build 2 spores against that. Up, put the drones back. Solar gets the top base as well. He's doing really well, doing these macro moves, taking all of the bases that Spirit wants to take in about 5 to 10 minutes. Because if we take Alcyone, it took him a long-ass time to take that base next to his natural, which is now the base next to his 3rd base. He would probably take these bases eventually, but if you just start mining them as the Zerg player, 87 drones, I think he can even go up to like 95 to 100 here, just to like mine these out faster. Use your Ling Bane to just trade inefficiently on his side of the map and then remax. Now we see some Ultralisks coming out. Interesting choice against Liberator Ghost Tank. I feel like Ultralisks are kind of not good into that. But I don't know, he has money to spend, so it doesn't matter. And Ultralisk run-bys are good. Spirit does get one of the corner bases now, and he's starting to take it. Solar needs to get on this ASAP. Gold base still not being mined. He did mine a couple minerals from this top base. Mutalisk still warding away. Those Liberators would like Spirit or Solar to take down these rocks, mine out these minerals, and start like running in cracklings into the back bases of Spirit. Give him multiple fronts to defend. Wow, this CC just flies on in. Nuke here on the top base. First nuke of the game, and more to follow. Spirit takes one down. This Ghost actually not carrying his rifle anymore. Liberator range just finishing up. This Ghost literally just standing there. Can't attack. Oh, and the Mutalisk will clean it up. Little drop here from Spirit going out on the map. Both players maxed, both players big banks, but I feel like Solar is playing it way better this time around, taking the minerals that Spirit desperately needs at some point. Look at the map. Solar has both gold bases and both middle bases. So that is +2 and -2, so that's a 4 base difference. And then if you make it difficult for Spirit to keep that bottom base, it's actually gonna go crazy, be crazy hard for Spirit to ever take this game. Oh my lord. How many orbitals are we up to? It is actually 13 orbitals. Another nuke going down here at the natural, going to kill a lot of larvae here, and actually some of the drones as well. Boom. Bunch of larvae do go down. 17 drones in total have died. There were no 17 drones there. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Might have been a second nuke somewhere, because this base also looks a little bruised now, doesn't it? Solar, again, doing the incursion here into the base of Spirit. He kind of forewent all of the Hydralisks this game. Doesn't really go into Lurkers, doesn't go into Hydralisks. Doesn't even have the structures for it. Just went into Lingbane Ultra and favors Spire play right now. And I want to see Secondary Spire, Greater Spire, and eventually get a Broodlord army, because Broodlords are super efficient. But he doesn't have to yet. He can also play more inefficient units that can really get on top of stuff. Use the mobility. Because if you forgo your mobility, that might actually be bad. Ooh, Liberator range getting into play here. Need a couple Corruptors or a Viper or some Mutalisk to take care of this Liberator. And we see the mech upgrades coming as well. Wow, this one Ultralisk came out of the Nidus Worm, taking down these turrets slowly but surely. I kind of like that he's killing the turrets. The Mutas can even come in again. Ooh, all of the Liberators have to siege every time this force just tries to run in and kill another CC. And all of this time that Solar is effectively buying here is really favoring him. This Ultralisk, having a field day there at the third base of Spirit. 18 kills and just chills. goes to burrow as well. Wow, another nuke going down into the natural. I'm not sure what that is accomplishing. That's a lot of ghosts. Oh my god. That is 23 ghosts from Spirit. And SouL just clicking down. A lot of orbitals. How many orbitals have gone down? 2 orbitals, 3 CCs, and a planetary. So that's 6 CCs so far. This Ultralisk burrows, tries to go for the last SCV, and now will die a slow and painful death to this one Liberator. And now tanks are at the gold base, but look at these patches. SouL has mined quite a bit from them, is mining his own as well, and now putting pressure on the bottom base as well. Low Ultralisks here, bunch of Corruptors, more nukes coming down from Spirit, being very annoying. Like, that taxes your APM a lot as SouL. You have to, like, check all of your bases, especially the ones with a lot of drones. And your Broodlords, if you're SouL. SouL versus Maru. Everybody has seen that game. Sorry, SouL, that you had to lose all of your Broodlords to a nuke. It hurt everybody physically and emotionally, but mostly you. Look at all of the creep from SouL, though, is actually just punching back really well. All of these Nida exits looks like a crazy map. Like, look at this, dude. Look at this. If thumbnails weren't so hard, I would make this the thumbnail. Oh my god, how many ghosts? 22 ghosts, and he's just sending them out. Oh, another one. On the prowl. Got a mission. Now you see me? Soon you won't. Skirting that. Oh, the scan is his own, I guess, but... Nuke going onto the gold base. Those 3 workers. Oh, and the Banelings will take him down. Nuke won't go down, but Spirit, I mean, look at this bank. He has a lot of minerals, actually. What can he use it for effectively? Because it looks like gas is kind of his bottleneck right now. I guess at some point he can start making some more Marines again to kind of like throw them into bases of SouL, try to get good trades. Make more orbitals and mule away at the bases of SouL. Make even more turrets to make sure that Niduses don't fit. I don't know what you do with an 8k mineral bank. Guess it just allows you to play a little bit less CV heavy, have an even bigger army, and then invest into more gas units that way. Wow, these ghosts getting gone on, but very particular that there's no Infestor play here from SouL coming out, just trading out with the Lingbane Ultralisk. Really going for kind of a battering ram style, and again, you see Spirit slowly but surely inches his way to the next base. He had this corner base for a while, halfway mined out, now the bottom base is mine. I want to actually get this gold base as well. But look at this, SouL did a good job of, for example, this patch, halfway mined out, almost. Ooh, big Lingbane attack once again, gets a lot of tanks here, actually gets on top of the ghosts as well. Medevac's trying their best to heal them up. Do we have Caduceus Reactor? We do not have that. Little mistake there by Spirit. Hiya. Should have gone for the 20-minute Caduceus timer, or timing. And now the gold base going down as well for SouL. And he already mined out almost all of the minerals from the gold base. Yes! SouL doing well in this game, even though he has to give up this position temporarily. He's mined out a lot of the map already, even has more geysers at the top that he could start taking. And he has no gas problems at all, whereas Spirit should be taking these geysers ASAP. There he goes. Oh, another attack. I kind of want to check out how many command centers we have and how many there were lost. Ultralisk Ling just trying to go in, and I mean, Ultralisks are just snipe food, right? They have... Oh, actually just 4 Ultralisks lost their lives so far. I'm very surprised by that. But a lot more get added to that tally right now. Oh my god, the bio has to get behind the geysers here, the Banelings. Oh, nice split there. And the PF as well. But a lot more reinforcements from Spirit need to come in here. This is a lot of Ultralisks, no more snipe energy. And the ghost count down to 4. The PF gets shut down. What an engagement by Solar. Just unrelenting aggression, even though only 40 workers for Spirit and the rest in army supply. More ghosts go down in the bottom, and that is not good. Spirit can't remax as fast as a Zerg can, and now Solar is 200. He's balling. This knight is here in the third base. It's literally just for show. Both players are just ignoring it. A lot of minerals still here for Spirit, but... I mean, Spirit? You're broke! You're broke, dude! Solar! He's doing it! He's doing it. What base can... I mean, Spirit can try and take this one, but put himself out of position a little, like we just saw. Just one bridge too far, and we see a bunch of banelings coming out here. 42 banelings. So many banelings. And another command center does go down. Spirit... Oh, we actually see an Infestor now. Was added on, giving that vision, and might even get a clutch fungal. And Spirit forced to go back into Ling or a Marine Marauder, because ghosts are just too expensive and not cost efficient enough against the big Ling Bane heavy armies that Solar is showing. Ultralisks though, wow, look at that. He just kind of shrugs it off. He just shrugs it off. Ultralisks are actually crazy. 3 armor with chitinous plating, like the double armor upgrades, just crazy. Liberators trying to get some damage onto those Corruptors, but those Corruptors have 3/3 upgrades. And the Spirit Liberator only 2/2. Oh, another 2 Ultralisk came out of that. Nidus Worm got a little bit of damage done. 8 kills and 10 kills. Wow. The Ultralisk run by harassment. Or like the, I don't know, the Ultralisk Nidus. Spirit. Look at this. He wants this base. He wants this base. He doesn't have anything. He squandered his cash. He worked so hard. And then he wasted his entire paycheck on... I don't know, what do you waste your paycheck on? Like, nice Warhammer 40k statues or whatever. I mean, that's not a waste, but... I mean, that doesn't mean you don't have money for food anymore. And that's kind of the problem here. Spirit can't feed his army anymore. Still has a pretty big standing army though, but that is the last army that Spirit will have this game. And how many ghosts do we have? 5 ghosts still got squeezed out. We have a bunch of Hellbats as well, with Infernal Pre-Igniter. No, so they are not the super efficient Hellbats versus the Zerglings that we are used to. Oh my god, big collapse here from Solar onto Spirit's army, and he has to go forward here. Wants to get this gold-based position. Does end up kind of pushing Solar back, but Solar just remaxes on 7 Ultralisks, 50 Lings, and now finally Spirit does get to take his own gold base. But at what cost? Wow, Spirit does go to the top base as well, takes that of Solar. I kind of like that move. If Spirit can now take the top base and the gold base and somehow get a reinforced position on the Salnaga behind this kind of like pyramid thing, then maybe give up this base, fly away this orbital, just entrench like this position, and then entrench yourself over here, still waiting for the creep to recede. It used to recede even slower, driving Terran players crazy. Some of them are still in therapy. And the PTSD that the creep has inflicted upon them. And now the Cracklings doing their damage. Solar, wow, actually not that rich anymore. It does have this bottom base. Wow, nice Liberator harassment. Hellbats at the top, but Solar still has 2 mining bases as soon as he resaturates those. And he can just keep sending in Crackling attacks. Now goes in for another Ling Bane Ultralisk. Well, Sledgehammer Punch, and Spirit just gets run over there. Solar plays this game very nicely. Hey guys, uno mas. One more. Spirit versus Solar here on Solaris. And Spirit goes for another CC first. Solar, please. Baneling bust this guy. Please, I beg of you. I know that your soul has been taking a lot of damage, and you've been very, very brave. You have been persevering through the hardships. But we don't want to do that any longer. Please, make Spirit play a normal game. CC first, and the barracks. So Spirit's gonna do what you know he's gonna do. And wow, Solar's going for a normal opener here. So he's been going for that super early spawning pool without gas. Into a fast third base, droning up, getting late speed. But this game he goes for the gas before pool, getting pretty fast speed. Could be adding on a Roach Warren though, and going for a little Roach push. He did show it versus Scarlet in one of our previous casts. But that is ZVZ, where that is a lot more common. But you know what Spirit is going to do, and if... I mean, I don't know if you're allowed to watch the replay. I mean, you probably just don't even watch the replay. But he went for super fast 4th orbital. You might be able to see the build order at the end of the game, but you can't disable that, so I don't know if it was disabled or not. And Solar could see that he went for the fastest 4th CC ever. And just didn't even want to play a mid-game, just going straight into a late-game style setup. And Solar really, really abused that well in that Radhuset Station game, where he took the extra bases, he mined them out partially, and made it very hard for Spirit to take them. Very nice creep spread, had a slightly better composition at just crushing a position. Inefficiently, but definitely crushing it. More efficiently than the Hydras could in that first game on Alcyone. The Ultralisks and the Mutas for a little bit did a very good job. I like the Corruptors as well, taking down those Liberators really fast. And then suddenly the Ghosts are kind of overloaded, because they have to snipe the Ultras, they have to snipe the Corruptors, but they also have to run away from the Banelings. And there were a lot of Ghosts. So that just kind of like makes it kind of easier to get Baneling value, because there's just more targets, I guess, and they're usually all clumped up. Third base going down for Spirit, not as fast as on the Radhuset Station, but still pretty fast. We see a starport here with a barracks landing next to it, probably going to be making, yes, attack lab for the starport, making sure that there are Banshees on the field, and Solar is in the know. He sees everything, sees the tech lab, didn't click on it, I think, or at least we didn't see him click on it. But it could also be that he, like, pings it. We can't do it in the replay, but if you, like, Alt-G, or Alt-Click, I think, even, you can ping a thing, right? And it's useful in team games. But you can also do it yourself, and if it's in the fog, and you haven't seen it, for example, a Protoss building, if you ping it, even though it's in the fog of war, it will give you a message with, like, attack this gateway, it says. And then you're like, oh, I saw a gateway, cool. So you only have to see it, and then later on you can ping it to make sure what it is, what you saw, even if you, like, didn't click on it, you know? For example, you see a pylon-sized building, and you're like, was that a pylon or a Dark Templar shrine? I didn't see it, my Overlord died too quickly, and I was a little slow. Then you could just go there and click, Alt-click, or ping that pylon, and then it will say, attack the pylon, or attack the Dark Templar shrine. Fourth base going down for Solar at a similar time as every game so far. Solaris, of course, the one with speed zones. Spirit taking this one very slowly. And especially on this map, he looked vicious when playing versus Scarlet. So this should be pretty comfortable for him, and in the same boat, uncomfortable for Solar. And, I mean, Solar must be pretty fatigued right now. Because, I mean, Spirit plays these games every day. He plays like 3 games a day. Good joke. Got him. But Spirit, or Solar, probably not used to playing these types of games every day. Not a lot of Terrans play like this in Korea, right? I feel like Maru does it sometimes. I'm sure Gumio can do it. I don't think Bjorn would ever do it. Not sure about Cure. I could see Bunny do it like one game, but I feel like Bunny is usually just aggressive. He is the type that would build 2 barracks or 3 barracks at your third base right now and try to all-in you. Another bunker going down for Spirit. And going into 3 racks, 5 racks. with double upgrades and a stim. Goes for combat shields as well. Clears the creep here a little bit with his Hellions. Spends a scan on that. And we see the Hydralisk coming out for Solar. Once again, Lingbane Hydra is on the menu. These Banshees get 1 kill so far. Already half HP down on these Cloak Banshees. Spirit not really finding value with these Cloak Banshees. Not really in the first game, and in this game even less so. Both of them almost out of energy. Does get 3, no, only 2 drone kills. The second Banshee did not find an opportunity to shoot. Let's see, Spirit could be going for a pretty hefty push here once 1-1 is finished. But look at Solar, he's pretty ready for that. Already has a bunch of Banelings. Baneling speed coming up, Hydra range is coming up, and 1-1 is coming up as well. I don't really see a way where Spirit can do a lot of damage here. Wow, does kill the 5th base drone, and that Reaper's actually still alive. Yeah, we see Terrans just giving that up because they feel like it's kind of a waste of supply. Because early on, supply is kind of expensive because you have to purchase or build a supply depot for that. And this Reaper literally offers no aggressive potential. But I like the use of it here. It will eventually die, but can do a little bit. We see Stim Marines, 2 Medevacs, 16 Marines, bunch of Hellions here as well. Armory not done, so no Hellbats. We do see an Infestation Pit coming up. Hydra speed as well, so the Hydras have to kind of stay on creep here. See you later. And 4 bases here for Solar. Finally trying to get that 5th base. That Reaper did a good job. This 5th base has been delayed by Spirit quite a bit. The Hellbats are here. That's quite a few Hellbats. I kind of like that. I love it when the Terrans save their Reapers and Hellions. That means I didn't get cheesed by just 4 to 6 Hellions running into my mineral lines. And then later on, you can morph them into Hellbats and really, like, frontline for the Terran army. And really trade decently well with the Lingbane. If you make sure that they're not too clumped so that Banelings can't be too efficient. 5th base, again, gets denied by Spirit. He's playing pretty well here. This bottom base for Solar goes down and is now becoming very crucial for Solar. This drone is ready to become one of those 5th bases again. And look at this. The siege tanks are leapfrogging forward. This drone is going to get it as soon as it does get spotted. Oh my god. This does not look fun if you are Solar. Queens are here to tank the shots. Nice transfuses. Does save 1 queen. 1 does go down. The Lings wrap around from behind the hand, around the waist. Does get on top of the siege tanks. 1 more siege tank. Does get taken down by Solar. I like how these Hellbats are hugging that siege tank. Just making sure that a simple Ling surround can't take that down. You really have to commit a lot of Lings there. Nice clicking it down from Spirit. Spirit playing so good here. Takes down the base. Taking down another base. Really punishing Solar for using all of his forces up here. Does get a good trade on top, but Solar is now on 3 bases effectively, struggling to take a 4th. Literally just struggling. This Lingbane Hydra style is getting taken apart by Spirit here, and 2-2 for both players is finishing up. Oh my god, these Marines are a little bit adventurous, running away here. Let the tank get a good shot in, but this is a lot of units. These Hydras can just barely not get into range. Good shots on the tanks, and as well with the Hellbats. I think that was a pretty cost-efficient trade. We have 1 Hellbat here. Could go and shut down that potential base. And now, wow, counterattack from Solar from 2 angles here. Onto the 3rd, onto the 4th. Couple SCVs get loaded up into the CC. 7 SCVs do go down. 4th base lifted up. It wasn't an orbital, so SCVs actually fit in there. And wasn't a PF either. The 5th base does get spotted. Big drop here in the main. The Medevacs do go down, but the Marines are still here. Big Ling Hydra Bane Clump is ready to deal with it, though. Another drop in the 3rd base from Solar, or 4th base, I guess. Banelings do deal with that as well. Wow, Spirit is just everywhere. Woohoo! Solar goes for another base. What does Spirit do? Can't click it down. And instead, Solar clicks down that Medevac. Dude, Spirit pumping it. Going for some high paced gameplay, really grabbing the momentum, but souL kind of the momentum killer, which is, you know, not really a thing in space. Not how physics work. Now we see the Nidus Worm come out again from souL. Bit of a weird position, but sure. And the Lurker then has been completed. Lurker range halfway done. And Spirit, oh no. Everything is kind of slowing down from here. He needs to, like, a couple moments to catch his breath. That's a siege tank at his third base. And souL here is maxed out to the gills with army units. Has Lings, has Banes, has Hydras. It's like 24 Banelings here. And it could even make Lurkers if he loses a little bit of Ling Bane Hydra. I would like to see souL send a bunch of Lings to this fourth base, send a couple Banelings into that middle line, lose a couple units, and then boom, 10 Lurkers. And then you can siege up over here. But in the meanwhile, he does take a fifth base, takes a sixth base, but Spirit not relenting. Runs in with the Marines, takes down the sixth base. Click it down, baby. Oh, actually doesn't do that. And the sixth base lives for a little bit longer. Does take a bunch of army units to defend it, though, from souL. And Spirit looking good once again. His 3-3 is nicely timed. He's getting ghosts, is getting extra CCs. So he's getting into that kind of late game style again. I feel like this base has one less base for each player. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, we don't. We have this rich geyser base for souL. Oh. Spirit is taking it as well. We see souL collapsing here on top of the third base from Spirit. Takes down the tank as well. Blinding Clouds in the back. Really nullifying all of the tanks here. 5 tanks that just couldn't shoot the entire time. Good trader for souL. And now souL can get out of here with his Hydras. Which he can. Wow, I would have really loved Spirit to chase there, but he doesn't know if there's like 10 Banelings waiting there. Now he remaxes into the Lurkers. Very good play by souL. Goes back to max with his Lurkers. This medevac does kind of ask for a lot of attention. So that's good. We see Macro Hatch as well, because Spirit or souL is playing a pretty larva-intensive style, and at some point you don't really want to have queens anymore. So if you just build like 1 or 2 hatchery per queen that you're sacrificing, then you have some more supply, because queens do take supply, and hatcheries do not take supply to build more larvae for you. So that's a little late game adaptation that you do need to make at some point. It's very nice to have your queens, especially if you go into like Lurkers or Ultralisks or Broodlords, which really benefit from getting transfused. And souL goes in once again. Nice Blinding Cloud here on top of the tank, on top of the PF as well. PF can still shoot in melee range, but gets taken down there by souL. Had taken the top base, but again, Spirit just using this razor edge of double medevac drops to take down bases on each side of the map. And here we go again. These Marines are clicked onto the hatchery, and the Lings couldn't get the surface area to stop it. Couple drones go down, and 2 bases again go down. Nidus Worm in the main, though, just like the first game, but souL doesn't quite get the same result. Spirit was more ready for it now, and Nidus Worm at the third base as well. This Overseer is the Overseer of Doom. Doombringer. Spirit can't take this rich geyser base for the life of him. souL doing a good job. Look at these 2 middle bases. Look at these 2 middle bases. They are souL bases. He is playing the long game here. And Spirit even struggling to just hold his third and his fifth. So souL's just even doing more, really outplaying Spirit here in the later portion of this game. I felt like Spirit was doing such a neat job of punching souL on both sides of the map, but souL kept taking the punches, kept rolling with them. He's like, I want you to kill my bases. And now he's rolling in once again with the Lings, with the Banelings, onto the PF and the SCVs. And the fourth base of Spirit gets taken down, and this is now a very dire situation for Spirit. This one Lurker being super annoying. Spirit doesn't really want to spend scans as much on one Lurker. That's one coming down again, dude. souL just abusing the fact that his APM is crazy high. This one lurker getting so much value, 13 kills and more attention, even a scan. And in the meanwhile, souL spreading creep on top of the 5th base location for Spirit. Spirit is retaking that, and another Ling Bane Hydra wave comes in. And it didn't look that good game number 1, but it's definitely looking good here in game number 3. Oh my god, goes up this tiny-ass ramp. That, oof. Good win for Spirit here. All of these siege tanks get their shots. +1 siege tanks not getting their +2. And Spirit really hurting in the resource department here. Only 177 supply. Not really getting his remax as fast as he wants. And his bases are still in peril. SCVs even go away. They go back and then they have to run again. You can't maynard through a siege tank because it's kind of like a building. And the 5th base for Spirit gets taken down again. souL not relenting. Even has a Ling over there. Ling's in the 3rd base now. Spirit. Ooh. Can't get a moment to breathe. souL is just better playering him. Right here. Just try another Nidus Worm. We have some nicely placed siege tanks at this 3rd base and main base from Spirit, though. Ooh, big Ling run by here. Gets on top of the Lings as well with the 3-3 cracklings. They do have the adrenal glands upgrade for the Zerglings, and look at that. Take down the tanks. Even going for more, they go for the gold price. And immediately going for another Nidus Worm. Another 5th base denied here. More Banelings getting on top of the units of Spirit, and all of these SCVs dying once again. 20+ go down. Braddock leaves, and with that, Spirit knows that the game is giga over. souL. Wow. What a masterclass here on ZVT late game. Going into the super late game, souL played really well. I mean, Spirit really pulled him apart in the mid game, and he just wouldn't relent, and then suddenly, boom, souL's 200 supply, and Spirit only 150. Now he can't leave his bases anymore. The creep spread is going crazy, and you will never get up to a stable 5 bases. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this marathon of a best of 3. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.